Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, today meeting 12 of language syllabus. The material on material design is continued by giving real example of the developing of teaching material that can be applied in the learning process. The development of technology, especially the presence of various applications that are integrated with artificial intelligence, provides convenience in designing teaching material to be more attractive, systematic, and in accordance with the needs of students. The development of teaching materials not only pays attention to the visual appearance, but also must be adjusted to the learning process, to the learning objective, student characteristics, learning methods, and the content of the material to be studied. The example used come from the development of English textbooks for the field of English for specific purpose, it's ESP, namely English that is designed according to the needs of certain fields, not general English. The first textbooks titled Basic English Skill for Midwifery Practice, which was developed using the Canva application. The cover of the book displays real photo of students when undergoing midwifery practice so that it gives a picture that is suitable for the real condition in the field. The book has been published, has an ESPN, and goes through a review process by a midwifery lecturer so that the content of the material is in accordance with the health field. The first part of the book contains the cover. The author identifies the preface, and an explanation of the learning approach used its preparation. The development of the book used the genre approach, which consists of 5 stages, namely building knowledge, modeling, joint construction, independent construction, and reflection. In addition, the book also provides phonemic chart, a pronunciation guide so that it helps students pronounce English vocabulary correctly. The content of the book consists of 4 chapters, namely becoming a midwifery, pregnancy consultation, breastfeeding, and nutrition. All chapters have the same presentation structure so that the learning takes place systematically. Each chapter begins with the competencies to be achieved, learning goals, and develop character values such as politeness, friendliness, and social care. The building knowledge stage aims to connect the material with the student experience and background. The activities carried out including discussion about the reason for choosing the midwifery study program, family background, and experience related to world of health. In addition, students also practice introducing themselves and having simple conversation as a basic for developing speaking skills. To enrich vocabulary mastery, a word power section is provided which contains new vocabulary related to personality, self-introduction, and the midwifery procession. The vocabulary becomes a proficient before students learn more complex material. The modeling stage presents an example of dialogue between a midwifery and patient that describe the communication situation in the clinic or hospital. Students also get example of learning videos that can be accessed through the YouTube links as a model of language use in real situation. In addition to the dialogue, there is a reading text about the midwifery profession that contains various important terms. But vocabulary is collected in special table to learn how to pronounce it. Its meaning based on context and its definition according to the dictionary. The joint construction stage is carried out through group work activities. Students do role play by acting as midwives and patient, then compose the dialogue based on the predetermined situation. This activity can also be developed in the form of interview or group discussion so that speaking skill can be developed through collaboration. In the independent construction stage, students compose paragraph or text independently as a practice of writing skill. This section provides guidelines for the preparation of paragraphs so that students are able to produce writing that is consistent and in accordance with the learning objective. The chapter ends with reflection activity using the PQP, praise, question, police, technique Q. This technique helps students reflect on learning outcomes, give appreciation for things that have been mastered, identify questions that still arise, and determine paths that need to be improved. In addition, an example of the structure of writing an argumentative essay is also provided as the reinforcement of writing skill. The development of textbook must begin with the determining of learning goals, learning outcomes to be achieved, learning method used, and topics that are suitable for the needs of learning. The structure of each chapter should be made concise to make it easier for students to follow the learning flow, while the content of the material can be customized with different topics. Baik, itu saja yang bisa saya sampaikan. Terima kasih. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.